would you guys agree that the problem with the Epicenter concert yesterday in Fontucky is that it was cold? That was the problem. It was just too chilly to be up on stage trying to perform, right?
Unbelievable.
Oh, what happened? Is that
How about some microphones here? What's going on?
Hi, how you doing?
There you go. Sorry, I had that.
There we go.
That was me.
Yeah, it was 110 on stage, and the sun was beating down. We played at about 5 o'clock. So it was.
Dude, it was 100. It was 110 not on the stage. It was probably 130 on the stage.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So if they said, "Is there a way to f you up more?"
Yeah, that was. I looked at that as a test. You know, you guys have been around for 30 years now, and we're gonna see just how quickly we can kill you.
Let's see if we can kill you at 5 p.m.
But we did quite well, I think.
You always play well, but it's just got to be so unbelievably hot. It's just
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine people slam dancing in 110 degrees. That was the.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for the audience as well.
Here's a. This is going to be a compliment, guys.
Hi.
And I know what. Why is everybody?
Everybody else is here
members
now.
joining us now.
People are strolling in.
Yeah.
There's 20 of us.
I know that much has been made of you recently celebrating your 30th anniversary as a band, but what I like about Bad Religion is that if you guys came out today, people would think you were awesome. It's not all resting on your laurels. I mean, there are a lot of bands out there who are together for a long time and they kind of suck for the last half of their career and only play songs from the first 5 albums kind of deal. But you guys, I mean, some of the biggest and most successful records you've ever had have been the ones that have come out in the last 10 years, and that has to be immensely gratifying.
Yeah, I mean, it feels. The thing I have always said is that if you look at a lot of bands that have been around for 30 years, they're kind of what we call heritage acts.
Right.
And we never wanted to become one of those.
Yeah.
So we've put out a new record every couple of years, even here in our later career. We're trying to put out a record every couple of years, and we still amazingly find ways to grow as songwriters.
You never put out a best greatest hits?
Yeah.
Did you?
We put out sort of an anthology in the mid-'90s of our earlier years called All Ages.
You're about due. You're about due for another one then.
Yeah, but at our age,
record.
at our age, if you put out one of those, it's sort of a sign of something, and that's why I think we don't want
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, it's for all the fish.
So what about when you go out on the Warped Tour or something like that, you literally have bands that are playing on the stage, before and after you that were born after your band started. Are you?
Those are
they
our
all,
children.
Are they all lined up outside the trailer to get advice and to hear stories about the old days?
Well, no, we do like the status of being their kind of creative grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is that every Bad Religion concert, I ask the audience, how many of you is this your first experience with Bad Religion? And it's usually between 40 and 50% new people.
Wow.
Doesn't that blow you away?
Yeah. I mean,
how long do you have to do it? That's impressive.
Let's start lowering the percentage.
No, you know what I mean? Like, people just have to have been living in this city through many, many, many tours, but still they're all new people coming to the shows. That's amazing.
And to me, that's a sign of vitality of the scene, if you will. I mean, that's what I've always said. This 30-year anniversary is more about. I'm amazed that punk rock is now such a institution in the world, and we can go anywhere, any major city in the world, and there's a community waiting for us, and that's probably the greatest privilege.
Descent of Man is the new album that is available everywhere for download and for sale tomorrow, your 15th album. And I have heard that in some ways it's some of the most exciting and challenging music you guys have ever done. Tell me why.
Oh, that's for me to answer?
Take it. I've been answering a lot of those questions.
We just try to push the envelope with every record and try to not make the same record. And I think Greg and I had a very, very busy year and challenging year. Greg just came out with a new book, which he worked on all through last year, and I had a new baby. And so the two of us had, a lot of sort of change and challenge, and so I think it influenced our songwriting. And,
But babies are so much more fun to create than books, though, right?
And so much more work after they've been created.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Greg's done with this book. Although you're going to be doing a signing in Southern California tomorrow.
I'll be at Book Soup next week, on Saturday. Oh, wait, it is next week. This Saturday.
This Saturday.
I'll be at Book Soup in Hollywood. Can't wait to see everybody.
Tell us the title.
Anarchy, Evolution, Faith, Science, and Bad Religion in a World Without God.
That's the
sounds
name of the
boring.
book, yeah.
It
Sounds
sort
boring.
Of it's sort of a long title. I gotta be honest. That's like if I were writing a
Did he
book,
say
that would
sounds boring?
That would be chapter 1. He did say that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the plug.
Is it boring?
Actually,
It ain't Twilight.
the truth is that most of what you just said was the subtitle. It's really just called Anarchy Evolution.
Okay.
So
And what's the
That sounds
basic
exciting.
what's the
That
basic
does.
theme? What's the basic theme of it then? What's it kind of all about?
the two words, anarchy and evolution, kind of define the two streams of my life in the last 30 years. I've spent all that time studying evolution at an academic, institution, and I've also spent that time in the punk rock scene, and that's kind of what the anarchy describes. But the point is that I have this unique oddball worldview that was based part on science and part on life in the world of music, and this book is my hopefully unified vision.
Yeah, it's a pretty rare point of view that you have.
Well, I thank you, and hopefully you'll think so after you read the book.
We've had so many conversations with you about what it must be like to be sitting in one of your classes and go, hey,
Yeah.
that's the dude. Is that he looks like that guy from that band?
The thing is, most people don't. I've always said that it's amazing how few conversations we have about music when the students are so worried about getting into medical school.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are the students who I've taught mostly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anarchy Evolution is going to be in bookstores everywhere tomorrow, and the signing is going to be at Book Soup Los Angeles down there on Sunset Boulevard this Saturday night at 7. The new Bad Religion album is called The Dissident of Man, and that opens up everywhere tomorrow, too. Why The Dissident of Man, by the way? What's that title mean? You guys are way too smart for me. I need translations on everything you guys do. Dumb it down for Kevin and Bean.
We need Bad Religion for Dummies.
All right, it's kind of a play on words. Charles Darwin, who now you can't say that's too erudite.
No, we know
Not at
who
all.
he is.
No.
Because
All right.
I was listening earlier,
Evolution.
and you know that bit you did on Tommy Lee.
Yes.
Okay,
He had a Charles Darwin shout
he
out.
had a Charles Darwin shout out.
Yeah,
so,
but he didn't understand what he was saying in his defense.
so it somehow has crept into his consciousness.
So here comes another one.
But Charles Darwin had written a book called The Descent of Man, but he spelled it different. Our descent of man is a dissenting opinion,
Gotcha.
which is classic songwriting style that we've done for 30 years now.
Too smart for their own good.
You know, I'm going to
Never
go back
mind.
later, and I'll look at it, and we'll see if I can understand.
All right.
All right. Well,
Because I'm not trying to get into medical school, and I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
as the members of the band have gradually made their way to the radio station, do we have enough that we can field a team? Could we go into the other room and actually try to bang out a couple of songs? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think
Oh, you know,
They're in.
If you do you have any drums
Yes.
here? Do you have any guitars and things?
We have a few in the other room.
Let's
Yeah.
we'll see what we can make
All right,
do.
let's lace them up. We'll get to it. Live Bad Religion next.